Dear Thomas, I am a Southerner, and I'm fixing to tell a story.
Lord have mercy.
I'll tell the shortest version I can. I want to tell this story. Some of you have heard it, maybe some of you more than once. But I feel like it is, for me, the very best story that I can think of. It's a true story. The very best story I can think of for our stewardship season. As you probably know already, the theme that the committee has chosen is connection. And I think this is a great story about connection and how we understand connection. It's a story about a boy named Dwayne. He was probably 10, 11, 12 years old. Dwayne went to an after-school program and summer program in our diocese. It was a program that took place in a beautiful church in our city center. One could say that church was located on the mean streets of Boston. But these young people found there something special in that afternoon program that helped them to succeed in the community, kind of a tough place, and in their school academically. And many of them came back on Sunday mornings to go to the church service at that school, or at that church where their after-school program was located. I will try to fast forward ahead. One Sunday, they all witnessed a baptism. One of the boys in the program, a friend of Dwayne's, decided he wanted to be baptized. He asked his mother. No, he had never been baptized, and he told the priest he wanted baptism. So the priest met with the father, the mother, the family, the child, and they did some preparation. Two of the mentors for the after-school and summer program, a wonderful couple who had a beautiful home on Beacon Hill, said, what if we have all of the boys in this program go through this preparation for baptism so that they understand baptism more fully? The priest thought it was a great idea. The boys thought it was a great idea, so they did. Now, fast forward again to summer. The couple who were their mentors, who were their homework helpers, their chaperone, invited them out to Martha's Vineyard, where they also had a lovely home. And so, these young people and their adults got on the boat and went to Martha's Vineyard for the day. The couple met them and took them straight away to the Coast Guard station for a tour, where they had arranged a tour for them. Well, they arrived, and they didn't look like the group of kids who usually come for a Coast Guard tour. They were many different colors, many different accents. And the Coast Guard, the captain who was taking them on the tour, was kind of trying to make sense of this. It didn't fit with Martha's Vineyard too much, and so he kept things. But finally he came up with just the right question. At the end of the tour, he said to them, now, guys, what brings you to Martha's Vineyard today? Dwayne, without taking a breath, said, we're here to spend the day with family. Now, that didn't clear up very much for the Coast Guard person. But the mentors then took them straight off to the Black Dog, if you know the Black Dog on the vineyard, for lunch, and was asking them. They had paid attention. They knew that in Jesus Christ and in baptism, they heard it and they believed it. They were all brothers and sisters. It didn't matter where their grandfathers or fathers came from, or mothers. Dwayne's mother had come from Mexico. Dwayne's grandfather on his father's side had come from Kenya. But he knew it didn't matter how they got to this country. And it didn't matter who they loved or married. It didn't matter where they worked. He knew they were all brothers and sisters. And so when they asked, who got you here? It was his family. And I think that is what church does for us, is what baptism does for us. It connects us one with another. In the case of our Every Member Canvas, it connects us to this beautiful building with which our ancestors and God have entrusted us. It connects us with our many programs that Shelley can talk about, but it connects us with one another. So here's my hope for this stewardship season. And I believe that stewardship season, as much as people go, oh no, not again, it does something. It's a gift. It's a real gift from the church to us. It helps us to think deeply and to pray deeply, to talk with our household. Indeed, talk with one another. And yes, it's okay to talk about money, even if you're an Episcopalian. To talk with one another, and in that discern what kind of pledge this year will help us feel connected to God, to Christ, to this church, its people and its programs, and to one another. And I pray that God hear our prayer.